time. And I met her fiance who had eyes who were very wide. It was almost like he was possessed by a demon or something, and his skin was like really cold. And he didn't say a word while I was there at the house. And then she started talking about how the house was haunted. And Charlie Chaplin painting keeps falling off the wall, and she keeps hearing voices in the night. She keeps having a recurring dream of someone standing over her, and he has a samurai sword, and he's coming down. She had shown me the bedroom, and next to the bed where this recurring dream kept happening night after night, and it started happening after she moved into the house. So she thought that it was something with the house. To make it long story short, she had invited me back to her place for her birthday, a big party she was having like a week later after I left that night. And so I went back with a friend of mine, Sid, and he built coffins. I didn't even know he did. And she asked him to build her a coffin. Well, after that birthday party, she was murdered the next day by her boyfriend, fiance, with the samurai sword next to the bed. So it's a true story. I didn't make up any of that. And this is a piece I wrote in memory of her for that. 'Twas a night of loneliness and troubles, the sort that never begin until one stumbles into curiosities that exist, such as when you appeared, we couldn't resist. The first smiles, questions and answers and clues that are shared between strangers like us two. You found me as a lonesome looking man, working yet averse to a poem by hand. When in you slid to do a nervous chat, dressed head to toe like a witch's black cat. At first I wasn't quite sure how to trust you, but there was an innocence all about you. Before you forever faded away, this memory returns to haunt me today. I can still see you, abracadabra. Your eyes are covered in black mascara. In your fishnet leggings and black skirt joys, I feared a witch, I feared a killer, I feared a boy. Come on over, you had said. Let's watch Baraka and spill the wine red. You will love the yacht slow motion it has. Life's too short to blow the second chances we have. And so I followed that look in your eye, from the dark wooden booth out to the sky. As we then left the club and hit the streets, neither for a kiss, not for sex, and never for bed sheets. But why, oh why, only I still wonder, why I had no desires to plunder. The milk of your nipples, the seeds of your womb, no hopes for love, my last name on your tomb. Instead, I was drawn by destiny and fate to know your secret before it was too late. And so I had followed you home that night, with never a hope from you to find delight. Every winding street was barren and bare, as we trounced our shadows in the air, and the branches weighed heavy with black leaves, often set loose with bats in the eaves. All of the spilled gloom and fear in the night, as I followed you home, your home in sight, an old Victorian shrouded in darkness, a creaking wooden porch dark basking in madness. Beyond your driveway you slid out the key, after many a heavy knock unanswered thee. I sensed it then, a dread I didn't suspect. I knew of no one else I was to expect, until out stepped a ghoulish-looking man, who said nothing but offered the coldest hand. This is my fiancée, you did tell me. As we entered the kitchen in shadows 3, you grabbed me a beer I feared to be poisoned, because his eyes was dark as a demon's. I sat on your swing and heard you tell me the reasons meeting me was meant to be. A ghost in your house, noises in the night, a recurring dream of your death, a fright. You have to know this about me, you pled. The house is haunted, I call, you said. The Charlie Chaplin painting falls to the floor. Every night I die in my dreams at 4. As I writhe in pain and I struggle to see the face of my killer standing over me. A samurai sword always in his hand. It's the worst of dreams ever to withstand. The nightmare began when I moved in this house, with squealing sounds from the walls, but never a mouse. Let me show you where the killer kills me. Always beside my bed he stands over me. As the midnight hours drew into 3, and the witching hours took hold of me, in my drink I did suspect poison. Some sudden sleep to strike was my suspicion. I wondered as I sat between the two, was this a trap that I had stepped into? But then his eyes fell heavy and went to sleep, and I caught your eyes peering over at me. A smile did then cross your face, a smile wide, and that was when I let my fears subside. That neither one of them would murder me. Tonight we gathered to share company. When the sun rose, she shook him awake and offered another drink I could not take. As the first birds did sing their merry songs, he never spoke once, something was wrong. As I slid in next to him in his car and told him we didn't have to drive far, she talked of her birthday and did invite me to a party all my friends you must meet. Late next week she said I needed to come. Be sure to bring a friend and have some fun. And so they dropped me off on the curbside, and I watched her wave and smiling goodbye. I knew not for sure what brought me to your door, not until I heard the news forevermore. Poor Fawn, oh poor Fawn, found dead by the bed, with your head half attached and eyes full of dread. Dozens of stabs in your belly, you screamed. You pleaded for him to stop, you did plead. But evil never listens to reasons. Evil, that twin sibling of all of love's treasons. And so you pled and pled until he came, until you could no longer scream his name. He threw the sword down lower and lower, and plucked away love from his lover, until all the flesh on her couldn't be regained. Poor Fawn, oh poor Fawn, this memory remains. Poor Fawn, this memory remains, until Abel wears repentance from Cain. Poor Fawn, oh poor Fawn, this memory remains, until another flesh for you